Don't try to distract me with numbers. I did it all for love. Sabrina. I got something to say about it. Bring it on.
Vernier Scalper.
Willkommen auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. Ich bin Feminist und today we will talk about Mononoke Hime. Today we will be talking about Princess Mononoke, okay? The legendary, the iconic, arguably one of the best Ghibli films. Look, okay? I am not the biggest fan of period films or, you know, like this type of like period films that involve the different tribes and the different clans. You know, it's like the clash of clans. This is not really my vibe. I never thought that I would enjoy something like Princess Mononoke as much as I did with this film. It really is not something that, you know, I prefer high fantasy. I prefer high fantasy, quirky, like kooky, weird, nonsensical, surrealist, absurdist type situationals, you know, like this isn't really my gig. But you know, when art is good, art is good. Right? Like, it's just that you don't necessarily have to like the genre, you don't necessarily have to like the vibes, you don't necessarily have to like the director, the art style. If it's good, it's good. If it's good, you're gonna take away things from it, you're going to enjoy it, you're going to have things to talk about, you're going to have things, that is why I'm making the video. I have so much to say, okay? There is a lot that we can discuss about this. Now, obviously, Princess Mononoke is another one of Ghibli's environmental allegories. But I feel this one is very overt. Just like Poko. I'm not going to go on a tangent on how Poko is fucking amazing, but okay, people, it is not, let's just say it's not as celebrated as Princess Mononoke, okay? But it is one of those nature allegories. Environmental reverence, environmental preservation. We're going to put it that way. This is a very big film about that. And it is very powerful. It is very entertaining. It is like 2 hours. You know how I feel about the films that we're reaching like the 2-hour mark. But it really did not feel like it was that long. I mean, it is a hefty film. Don't get me wrong, it's a hefty film. But it did not feel like a drag. It did not feel like a slop, okay? Every scene was purposeful. Every scene had something interesting going on. It was engaging. The characters are complex, okay? The characters are complex. They're full of personality. And it really does sound like I'm just egging this film on, but it really is the perfect film. I know that I should keep this, it sounds like I'm already making a conclusion, but it really is. Like, there is no point in me trying to stall or trying to gatekeep my opinions till the end, because we all know that this is a celebrated film. This is a universally acclaimed film. This is a fan favorite. This is something that a lot of us can collectively, mutually agree that it is good, okay? It is good art. But with that out of the way, we're just going to talk about what my opinions, okay? Some of my feelings when I'm watching this, rewatching this actually. So, let's just get this started, okay? Let's just get the fucking party started! Now the music, we have to talk about them. Okay, it is not like a music-filled film, okay? It is not Disney, okay? Like, we have to remember. I always have to shut up Disney and the music. It is not Disney, but the music. When the film starts, I only have that very orchestral intro. Oh my god, it was so cinematic! Yo! fuck. It was cinematic as that really set the tone, okay? It was very like historical historical period piece, epic, and we already get the harbinger of fucking death at the start of the film. We get the fucking demonic pubes. I forgot about the fucking demonic pubes. I forgot that there was even this dark entity that would be looming throughout the entire film. Like this concept of what do they call it? Greed? Or is it like hate? No, hate. That is what it is. They talk about like this hatred that lives in the humans or lives in the animals. Which is a very interesting concept, you know. It is not just corruption. It is not just evil. It is not just... They do say that it is demonic. But it is not some inexplicable, unexplainable type of force. Right? It is tangible. They can see the fucking pubes, and they believe that that is hatred. And I say that this is interesting because throughout the entire film we have this tug of war, this push and pull of the nature versus the fucking humans. So when the hatred manifests on the human side, it would be like, you know, the humans, they fucking hate these beasts, fucking beasts from the forest. They want to kill all the fucking animals, the savages. The fucking they don't like Mononoke as well, or San if we're going to call her that, but they don't like her. They don't like the fucking barbaric animals. They want to kill all of them, want to eat the fucking meat. Like, why even get attacking us humans? You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, the animals, the beast on the the forest, in the forest side, the forest community, they have a different type of hatred because the humans. In their perspective, the humans, the pillage nature, they destroy, they cut down the trees. For what? For their little experiments, for their little like civilization of building things and technology. So the hatred manifests in like different ways, okay? Different ways, different reasons, and it is personified in the form of the fucking pubes, okay? The evil, bodily, entrail looking ass pubes. They're just squiggling. It is very Lord of the Flies. Let's just put it that way. It is very... I know. This is a Eastern film and... Yeah, but I have to bring in some West... I can't help that I think of the Western imagery, okay? Of the Lord of the Flies. No, because we see the pig rotting. Oh, that was some demonic ass shit. When the pig was rotting and dying, and the demon, okay, or the hatred that is coming out of the body is speaking through the dying pig in a demonic ass voice. That is some demonic ass shit. And can you imagine a fucking Christian? I don't mean to shit on the Christians again, but the Christians. Okay, the Christians are Christians. The Christians. Can you imagine one Christian being like, this is dark side, this is demonic, this is satanic. There is nothing, Satan does not have anything to do with this fucking shit. This is some Eastern folklore thing happening, okay? This is some Eastern spirituality and understanding of the concept of evil and whatnot. It has nothing to do with your Bible, your Bible, and your Satan, and your other things. Okay, 你明白吗? Oh, and it is brutal. I don't remember this film having to have heads and arms chopped off. This is a brutal film. You know, in my previous video for the fucking Yamadas, I was talking about how like my acquaintance was telling me that he's letting his kids watch Ghibli films for the first time, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Now I was talking about how certain parents have to choose, you know, which films they feel are more appropriate for the children. Because now that I'm watching Mononoke, oh shit, I guess it's not appropriate for young kids because oh, the hits are rolling, okay? Hits are flying, hits are rolling, arms are falling off. There is blood. There is a lot of blood. There is a lot of blood in this one. I think this is actually worse than what is that? Grave of the Fireflies, in my opinion. Because Grave of the Fireflies, yes, there is this overhanging, looming thing of war, and we do see the dying people and stuff. But this is gory. This one is really gory. It is more gore. It is gorier than fucking Grave of the Fireflies. So, if anything, you should let your kids watch Grave of the Fireflies. Okay, before you watch it, okay. Okay. So yes, it is gory. It is lots of pubes, lots of blood. Okay, lots of violence. Now our main character boy. Okay, Ashitaka. I have repeated this part 5 times, and it is the urge, okay? My tongue wants to say Ashikata instead of Taka. It just feels more natural to say kata, but okay, I'm going to try, okay? Ashitaka, okay, Ashitaka. Okay, so Ashitaka. Ashitaka is the main character. He's the boy, he's a young boy. Or I guess a young adult man, okay? Now, he is in his clan tribe thing, and he was, okay, so he had like the fight with the fucking boar, and he got some of the pubes on his hand, so now that his hand is cursed, he has to figure out what to do with the fucking arm, and they tell him that he will die, okay? He will die because the curse will take over eventually, and death is inevitable. But for now, you know, because when people are faced with death, they decide that they have to fulfill some form of life purpose in their dying days, or the days that remain. He decides that he's going to set out on this mission to find the forest spirit to maybe cure his arm, or stop the fucking people from fighting, stop the animals from raging. You know, like, he wants to do good to the world. Okay, it's very main character, it's very man, it's very like, okay, I am the chosen one. But he kind of is, because these people are telling him, okay, like his own people are telling him to go to the fucking, to go to this other side of the fucking world, to, you know, this part of the woods to seek the spirit, and it's going to be dangerous, and the gods are all giants and stuff. I think it's a bunch of bull-ass fucking shit. That's a bunch of bull, okay? They just want to send him there. They just want to send him there as a sacrifice because he is already cursed. So, they don't want to go there themselves. They're not going to drag their fucking fat asses there. So you get this young ass boy who has his curse of possibly dying as a fucking sacrifice. Representative, if we're trying to be like a euphemism, okay? Oh boy! Representative, you the chosen one. Bitch, they don't want to do the dirty work themselves. And so he goes, he does it because he has the main character thing, okay? And he has the plot armor as well. He has the plot armor. Can you imagine if he just died? And the actual main character is Mononoke all along, and the boy here has really little purpose in the entire story. That would be a fucking gag, but no, we have to have a boy and a girl because it's a traditional film. Now, it has to be like this, you know, like it can't be girl, boy, no, we have to have a boy and a girl because you know, we have to feed into like the traditional mindset, the traditional wants and needs of the viewers, and possibly tease at the romance and blah 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 blah. Now, before he leaves, Kaya, his little sister, or at least that's what the subtitles are saying, because sometimes, you know, the subtitles are not very accurate. You know, like they estimate, and Japanese is a very, very contextual language. Okay, so this might actually mean that she's just a younger, like she's not literal little sister. She might be a oh, what do you even say in English? There is a term for this in Chinese, but like it's like a younger peer. Okay, not necessarily your kin, but just like a younger peer, younger friend. She gives him a fucking gem, like a crystal knife, fucking butter ass knife as crystal knife. It's always like, it's so classic, like the classic cheesy, like, oh, you're going to leave, I'm going to give you a token, as good luck. Like it's like a jade pendant, because in Asian Chinese. Sorry. Like a fucking jade pendant or some necklace, some fucking golden bangle, I don't know. But in this case, it's a fucking useless. I'm sorry. I just like to shit on everything, okay? I don't actually hate it or think that it is silly. It's sweet, okay? It's sweet. It's a token, I guess you can use it to cut yourself out of a viney or a rope or some type of situation where you're bound. I guess you could use the fucking crystal knife to cut yourself out. Brother, please take this butter knife with you. Stop! Brother, please take this leaf that I had plucked from the 1,000-year tree in our backyard. Please take it with you and remember me. Brother, please take this feather duster with you. It will come in handy. Brother, please take this butt plug with you. I fucking hate myself. So yes, he takes the fucking butter knife. He takes the fucking butter knife. It's a cute moment, and we never fucking see Kaya again. And of course, it's a girl that gives the fucking token because, yeah, traditional. And I should briefly mention, when he first meets Mononoke, that scene is fucking iconic. Okay, the first meeting between the fucking forest girl and the city boy. Okay, he's not a city boy, okay, like village boy, okay? Again, this is very, very traditional, like girl, the savage, and the boy who's like from civilization. It is very poetic. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, I'm just playing and joking because so much time has passed. So something like that is obviously very tropey these days. Okay, it's been done so many times, and I'm sure that it has also been done many times before this actual film. Be it in film, in books, okay, literature, the idea of people meeting, people from different worlds, okay, coming together. It is also pretty much like a sci-fi trope, right? Like an alien and a human meeting for the first time and sharing a form of connection. And when you bring in the other thing of like the man and the woman and they procreate. It is very that, okay? But that first meeting, though, it was cold. It was cold. She was not feeling him, okay? She did nothing. I mean, she eventually feels him. Feel. But she was not feeling it. She was not vibing at this point of time, okay? At this point of time, she was like, go away. Go away. 从哪来的回哪去？你明白吗？ She was with the wolves, okay? She was with the wolves and her wolf mom. Fucking intimidating as fucking shit. They're based. But being the main character, he's not going to give up. He's like, I'm going to win her trust. I'm going to win her heart. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with my arm? And I'm going to, I don't know, save the world. It's very, very, very main character, man energy. Okay, and those little forest spirits, the Kodamas, is what they call Kodamas. Do people like the Kodamas? Because I think they're cute. Okay, they're not my favorite fantasy creature in the Ghibli universe. But I think they're fine, they're cute. But I'm more curious to know what people think of the Kodamas. Do people like the Kodamas? Is this like a same, like a similar vibe as how people think of No Face? Because, people like the No Face, but he's not really like conventionally cute, you know what I'm saying? It's not conventionally cute. Just like the Kodamas, they're kind of creepy. They do like the clicking sound that is very like bony, skeletal like clicking sounds. A bit ominous when they all start clicking at the same time. It's a very maddening sound. Very unsettling. Yes, I'm very curious what people think of them. And the fact that they disappear like specters, they can just fade away. Oh, they're interesting. I like the presence of the Kodamas. It almost feels like they're there all the time. And it's just that they're not always visible, but they're probably always watching. So with the heart of fucking gold, Ashitaka brings the fallen man, the fallen man from Irontown, because our mommy, Eboshi, was having a fight with the fucking wolves. She shot the mommy wolf. Mom versus mom. Mom versus mom, diva down. So yes, this is the Irontown. This is where mommy came from, mommy Eboshi, okay? And he brought some of the fallen men there. He helped nurse them and bring them back. And the fucking bodyguard of Eboshi was like, oh my god, shut up. He saved one of your men and brought them back safely, and you... But the women are very amused, okay? The women are more than happy to see this young, beautiful boy come into their land, okay? And he's a nice boy as well. They're thirsting. They're wet. Like, the big booby wife of one of the guys that Ashitaka saved, she was thirsty. She was like, show your face. I bet you're very handsome. It's so funny when you consider how the fucking men in this Irontown are fucking chopped. They're fucking chopped, alright? Like, I'm not surprised that the women are repressed and they need their own place to stay away from the man and work without the nuisance of the man. So that was very funny. And of course, because Eboshi, okay, mommy is the one ruling Irontown, right? So, of course, the men fucking hate her guts. They fucking hate her. And they can't stand the fact that a woman is ruling them. They can't stand it. And it is very amusing. It is a bit annoying, but it is also very amusing, right? Like these men talking behind her back at the fucking fire with their food. Saying stuff like how she's barbaric and she does not take shit and she's not afraid of anything and she housed all these fucking women from brothels as if it's all a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she sounds like a badass babe. She sounds like a badass to me. Okay? That sounds like a diva. That does not sound like an evil person. Okay, but that is when the complexity comes, okay? I will get to that. But yes, the fucking men, they don't like it. They don't like it, but what they do, they continue to work because they want to live. You know, they talk so much shit, but it's not like they're going to fight back. Huh? You don't like the fact that you have a roof and you have food and you have this safe haven? I mean, I guess it's not really that safe because they do get invaded and stuff. But what do you fucking want? Oh, and I forgot to mention how Big Booby Lady was putting the fucking man in their place. That was such a great introduction to Irontown because Irontown is run by women, okay? It is fucking run by the women, and that intro of her putting the man in their place and being like, "You're the funny guy of Eboshi, but you don't do shit. You don't do shit. Okay? You don't do fucking shit. All you do is swing your dick and balls around. Okay? All you do is swing your dick and balls around, but you don't do a lick of work. Useless man." I fucking love that. I fucking love that fucking woman. Miyazaki is really onto something. Is he a feminist? Is he a feminist or at least like a dabbler? Like, does he like dabble into the idea of equal rights and stuff like this? Because, bruh, his films, like the sensuality and the idea of, you know, like the man and the woman and the harmony between the sexes and stuff like it is very nice. Okay, it is very nice to see him craft the world like this. It is almost a speculative fiction, you know, speculative fiction, very like sci-fi again, once again. Now, as I said, I'm going to talk about Eboshi's character, okay? Her character, and I know, her character has been discussed time and time and time and time and time again, okay? She's probably one of the most discussed characters in the Ghibli world. So most of what I'm saying or everything that I'm saying is nothing new, okay? She really is a good complex character because on one hand, it is very easy and technically correct for us to say that she is the villain of the film because she's the one that's harming the environment. She's killing the fucking beasts. She has plans to destroy the fucking gods, okay? The forest gods. She wants to kill all the fucking beasts. It is not just a defense thing where we kill them if they come to our land. No, we're actually actively going out. That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out into the fucking woods and... So technically she is a villain. But her intentions, okay? She's doing it because she wants her people to be safe. She wants her fucking people to be safe. She took in those women. Of course, we have the barbaric man that don't fucking like her because they can't stand a powerful woman. And there's the... Okay, I'm not going to use the L word because I think it's a bit offensive. But let's just call them the bandaged, okay? The bandaged, the people in the bandages. You know the people in the bandages who are making the fucking rifles? That is what I'm referring to, okay? She brought the people in. She brought all these people that would be othered in society into her town to work for her, okay? They get the shelter, they get the food, they get all these things, and in turn they work for her and they build this civilization. They build this system that they have going on and advance and advance. And there we got into the civilization part of it all, okay? We have nature and we have civilization. Again, it's very Lord of the Flies. Nature and civilization. And for civilization to grow, nature has to suffer to some degree. Right? So we get this push and pull, tug of war, and of course, one side of it has to push things too far, and that's when shit really gets out of hand. Shit really gets out of hand. Like the reason why the fucking pigs were maddened in the first place is because they were digging for the iron or something. They were digging for the iron and they were threading the land, destroying, cutting down the trees, and that is what happened. Okay, that is what happened. So it is very complicated. We can't just push the blame to either side, and we can't just say, you know, like we can't just ask all these people to die. Like that does not make any sense. And I think that this complexity is very good for children to experience and ponder about in film, because that is just how it is in reality. A lot of big things in the world, big issues, it is not black and white. You can't just fix evil. Even in this film, like, evil, is it really evil? It is, they call it hatred rather than just, again, an inexplicable entity that is trying to destroy the fucking world. It is something that is tangible. It is something that we can understand. But it does not make stopping this thing any easier. It is still a formidable force to be reckoned with. Now you know the men are very judgy of the women, okay? The working women, do they even know that the women work their asses off? Because what do you mean they work 4-day shifts? 4-day shifts. Not like 4 hours, 14 hours, 30 hours. 4 fucking days. Bruh. And they were doing like their, the thing that they were doing, and Ashitaka wanted to help out. He took his, like, what do you call it? He took out his coat, his outer layer, and he was burying his body. Oh, he was hard out. Hiring himself out. Yo, nasty boy. This little man slut. And the girls, they were fucking thirsty. They were standing. The moment he took off the fucking coat, immediately you could see the energy shift. That scene was so fucking funny. Like, it was so unserious. We needed that, okay? We needed that filler scene, that moment of breath, okay, where we can. The fucking women were wet. They were horny. Okay, they were horny. Oh shit, they would eat him up. They would fucking mess up that little boy. Yeah. Okay, man. Okay, this is not the pedophilic situational, okay? Young man. But oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine him being tied up? Can you imagine? And they wanted him to stay, because eventually he has to leave. Because, he has a mission. Can you imagine? If the women tied him up for their own use. Like, he's the Stop! I cannot help it! Like, my brain is already thinking of it. Like, it's like, he's the communal boy toy. Like, he's tied up or on a leash. Oh my god, and they use him, they milk the fuck out of him. Stop! Stop! Oh, Ashitaka is getting milked the fuck, like, he's getting sucked dry. He's getting sucked dry. Like, I imagine the aftermath of him going back out into the town, and the other men being like, what did the women do to you? He'd be like, those women are savages. And there'll be some men being like, our wives. Okay, we have to stop, okay? But you know where my mind went when I saw that. He did not have to take off that fucking thing, okay? He did not have to take out the fucking thing. Now, I don't remember there being apes in the film, okay? Those demonic fucking apes. So we got the apes We got the wolves. We got the pigs. And they don't actually like each other. Okay? They don't actually like each other. And they all don't like the fucking humans. And even in the human space, Irontown is enemies with the samurai. Right? So everybody in this film is feuding. We do not have a common purpose here. Okay? Harmony is not a word that these people are aware of. Okay? They might be capable of doing that, but that is not the goal. The goal is always to just destroy the fucking enemy. Everybody's feuding. Everybody's feuding. Like, nobody likes each other. There is so much drama. There is so much drama. And again, being the main character and having this philosophy, this big idea that nobody seems to understand. Okay? It's like this weight that he's carrying of, I have to save the world because I believe that the world, we can live in harmony. But these people, they don't see it. You know, I get it, okay? I get it because I think it's a good representation of the environmental struggles, right? The environmental struggles of the world and how, as civilians, you know, as normal people, not the people, you know, we're not the powers that be, we're not the big corporations. Okay? The helplessness that he feels is parallel to the helplessness that we feel when it comes to environmental issues, because we can do, you know, we can make all these baby steps, these little steps. They always say, oh, it matters. Everybody does their little part and it matters. But really though, is it even effective if the big corporations don't do their fucking job? Our little part has sum up to anything if the powers that be do not change and they continue to be driven by greed. And the greed and the money is very much represented by Eboshi in this film. So the helplessness is real. Okay? But he's going to continue to make a change because he is the main character. Okay, we have to talk about the fucking butter knife. We have to fucking talk about the butter knife because he gives the fucking butter knife to San, okay, Princess Mononoke. Again, it's sweet, okay, it's a token of affection of, you know, remember me, and maybe you could... I'm sorry, but all that I'm thinking of is how he gave her a gift that he got from another woman. You can argue that is not just another one, is a sister, but she's still a woman, okay? Like, that is such a, like, man thing to do. Give a woman a gift that you got from another woman. That is so tacky. That is so tacky. Ashitaka. That is so tacky. And that fucking thing, I thought she would at least use it to cut herself out of, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I cut herself out of sticky stupid. She could not cut herself out of those fucking pubes. You know, when she was dealing with the pig and the squiggly pubes came out and she got like hit or something and she was lying on the pig and the pubes got her as well and she got tangled in the pubes and she was struggling to like, what is that thing for? Use the thing to stop. That was a bit dumb, okay? That was a bit dumb. Maybe she was losing consciousness or she just did not have the strength, but what the fuck is that thing for? What is that thing for? Oh, so dumb. And she had to wait. You know, like, it would be cooler if she used the fucking butter knife to slice herself out instead of having to wait for the man to save her. But sure, I guess it's cooler, cooler for the hero to save her because she's a savage girl and she's lost and she does not know what she wants in life. She needs the fucking man to come to like cut her out of the fucking mess that she got herself into because you're a human. You're a human. Why are you doing here in the forest? You don't know what you want, okay? You are misled. You're not a wolf. You're not a wolf. Stop trying to be edgy. Stop trying to be edgy. Stop trying to say, I was raised by wolves. No, you're a fucking human, son. That is what society wants her to think. Now, in the final sequence, we could have just ended it. We could have just ended it because the forest god decided that, the fucking pig god and the wolf god, those elders, they have to die, okay? They died simultaneously in that fucking holy river. Their time is up. And we could have ended it there. But no. Eboshi had to fucking shoot the deer. She had to shoot the goddamn deer, and the head fell off, and now we have forest ectoplasm everywhere. We just have forest fucking ectoplasm. Now we just have forest ectoplasm. It's flooding the forest, it's seeping out. It is becoming this huge like plasma as creature, and it's raining hell terror on the entire fucking world because somebody had to fucking shoot. The gods have died. The gods have fucking died. There is no need. Okay, the war is over. Like, there is no need. You guys have won. Technically, you won, but she had to fucking shoot the thing and get the head. Like, the deer look like it's going to rain terror on the fucking world. I use the F word a lot in this video. I think it's very bad. I'm trying to contain myself. The deer was not going to do shit. Oh my god, Eboshi, that was kind of flop-tina of her. I'm not going to lie. That was very unnecessary. We could have done without the shooting of the deer, but okay, she had to do it. And that was also peak colonizer, poacher, human, evil man behavior of the fucking pot-belly monk to take the head and run off with it and being stubborn, like, no, I'm keeping the head. What are you keeping the head for? Did you show it to the emperor? Show it to whoever? For what? For money? But the world is literally going to collapse and die, and we're all going to drown in ectoplasm. Drown in slime? Is that the fucking fate you want? It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. It is so stupid. The world is all literally crumbling before your very eyes, and you're still trying to hold on to the stupid head. Oh my god. The stupid deer head. What are you gonna do? Give it to the emperor and he's going to hang it on the fucking wall? What? And the head was already oozing ectoplasm of its own in that vat, that pot. When they opened the lid, the green stuff was leaking out. It was nasty. It was boo-boo nasty. It was a bunch of... Look. No. Oh, hell no. And... ultimately, they gave the head back, okay? Mononoke and Ashitaka, they were sane and they were in the right mind. They were like, no, we have to give the head back. We have to save the fucking world. You fucking pot-belly bitch! I hate that he is still alive. I hate that he was still alive at the end of the film. He deserved to die, but I guess if I'm saying that, it would only be fair that Eboshi died too, and I have a liking for Eboshi, and I don't really want her to die, so I guess now Potbelly has to be alive. It's complicated. It's complicated, it's conflicting. She should die, she should have died. She should have died in the fucking... She should have never left the forest. It would be... it would be rather karmic if she had died from the slime. You know, as it was like flooding that sacred sanctuary... Lord of the Flies again. The sacred sanctuary oasis area in the, you know, in the forest. She should have died there. And Potbelly should have went on to survive the whole incident, and people will hate him and they would like throw stones at him, and you know, like they would blame him for the death, like, in some twisted way. But who am I to direct a fucking Ghibli story, you know? Who am I? But that is my alternate universe, okay? That is my alternate ending. So we saved the day, and the ending is classic Ghibli style. It is brief, it is simple, but it is not black and white. Because Ashitaka goes back to Irontown to help rebuild civilization. Princess Mononoke, or San, goes back to the forest and helps rebuild the forest. And does things that, you know, like they go their separate ways, they have their separate missions, but they promise to meet again if possible. No romance, okay? No happily ever after. No kiss. Nothing, okay? Nothing of that. Nothing overly sentimental as well. It is very real, very raw. None of that fluff. And I appreciate that a lot. And it just cuts there. It ends. That's it, okay? That's it. That's the film. This is a perfect film. This really is a perfect film. It is not my favorite Ghibli film, sure, but you can't deny that it's a perfect film. Everything is done well. Like, thematically, it is so strong. But even without the allegory and the overlying themes, the story, everything is just pieced together so well. It made sense. It was not difficult to follow, other than the names. It was not difficult to follow. It was engaging. It was fun. There was action. There is fantasy, okay? It deserves the acclaim that it has. It really is. It really is such... I wouldn't be surprised if Japanese people consider this one of the best Japanese films. Okay? Alongside Spirited Away, of course. We always have to prop that one up. But yeah, it's fucking amazing. So that is it. That is what I have to say. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay! On a dance floor. Baby, I can give you much more tonight.